several people have said that, I guess some people in NASCAR are confirming it was Biffle and his family. 2 kids. Horrible accident. Plane crash. His wife, 2 kids. Is he a pilot? Was he a pilot? I don't know if he was piloting it or if he had somebody else.
No idea.
But crashed.
Not very versed on the NASCAR world.
No. I mean, that's just.
You know who would probably know would be Matt.
Yeah. I'm not. My mother-in-law is like devastated because she lives for NASCAR. I'm more a Formula One guy. No offense. They have more exotic places. And have you seen a NASCAR event? Pretty cool. Have you seen a Formula One event? Whoa.
I'm told by a really good source that it was all 4 of them and 2 pilots.
Oh, 2 pilots.
Big Machines had Formula One here.
Yeah. Those things are awesome, man. When you go to Formula One, it's a different world. Those hot models that follow around holding the umbrella. You know, that's cool. That is cool. Monaco. You can go to Poconos or Monaco. I'm going to Monaco to stay on my free yacht that I'm squatting on. I know what the rules are over there. They probably shoot you and throw you off the boat. That's probably the rules.
Just take one of those vouchers from the Golden Globes bag and
yeah. What do I get for this? By the way, you have to pay almost $400,000 in taxes in California for getting that Golden Globe bag. Yeah. There you go. Trump just signed there's Dr. Oz. He just signed the executive order that now makes marijuana a Schedule III drug. Not legal. So don't worry. Hey, Tennessee, guys, everybody out there is butts puckering and thinking, next thing you know, we're going to turn into, Jamaica. It's not happening. Now, if Trump came out today and said, this thing totally needs to be legal and there shouldn't be any crime or anything associated with it, all those people in Texas and everywhere else who butt pucker about it, they'd be outside going, I guess we got to wake and bake.
I got to find me a dealer now.
Right? Remember Dan Patrick over there in Texas?
The lieutenant governor?
Throwing around the gummies. Yeah, you take these gummies, you eat the whole bag, you're going to die. Like, no, you're not. You know what you're going to do? You're not going to do anything.
You might throw up from overindulging, but you're not going to die.
You're going to be so hungry.
The word munchies won't cover it.
You're not even going to get off your couch. So, how did he die? Happy. So lazy. So,
what an absolute lie, though, to tell your constituents. If you eat this bag of gummies, you're going to die. Dude, people, you think your constituency are idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. It is just I don't know who buys into this. And look, the reason they did this has zero to do with whether or not it's a gateway drug or it's bad or it's good. It's all about the money. The margins on weed are small. The taxes are high. They can't bank, right? So they also can't do taxes to write certain things off. So it becomes a real problem when they can't, when you know they're selling weed, yet they can't put the money in the bank and or write off their product and all of their workers and everything else.
This is one of those things I really feel like he should have made at least an attempt to codify this as a law.
Yeah. Well, but you're not, here's the thing. You're not going to get with Mike Johnson. Mike wanted no part of this. He got into a fight with Kim Rivers, who's the true believer, by the way. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. Go look at some of the weed stocks today. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Mike's an idiot then.
Yeah, he is.
Stupid name, not even real.
Yeah, it's not even a real name. It's fake. But somebody just said about eating all the gummies. Challenge accepted.
Report back after you sober up.
So
don't go driving anywhere.
If you eat a whole bag of gummies, you're going to be eating a lot more. That's right. And by the way, Taco Bell brought back the quesarito. So if you really want something.
I don't need to be high to go get a quesarito, though.
Those things are delicious. What is it? Well, let me tell you. You remember how we got a burrito and a quesadilla? We combined the two. To make it what? To make it awfully good.
One is never enough.
That's right. And with this, you get a 10% discount to Busy Bee. Just the plumbing part. That's all you're going to need on that one. But this is cool. I mean, the other side of this is not just the taxes, but now big weed can do something that they've been wanting to do for a long time, for decades, which is now they can start going after investment money. Because people are willing to, institutional money is now willing to come in and invest in them so they can do quote unquote research. There's some interesting research. Charlotte strain. If you guys have never seen anything about Charlotte strain, it is amazing. This girl had what seemed to be autism and some form of cerebral palsy where she would have seizures all day. And the family tried everything. They were on 60 Minutes several years ago, and they had this strain that they ended up giving her. Mom was trying everything. And she went from not being able to communicate or talk to she's like it was like a different person.
And then she started doing heroin the next day.
That's it. Well, that's what happened. She started drinking, then she went out, sold somebody's big wheel, crashed it into Potter's tree. Oh, man. So, yeah, that was...
Did you see Sally's comment?
A drunk driver will plow through the sign 100 miles an hour and then say, what stop sign? A high driver will sit at the stop sign and wait for someone to paint the green, write the word go on it. That's the truth. So, oh, man, I tell you what. So, good for him. This should have been done a long time ago. If they could have once explained to us why marijuana was actually Schedule 1. Where fentanyl's a Schedule 2. Let's just put it that way. We're fighting a narco war, not against Jamaica, which is making me crazy, but against against fentanyl. And that's a Schedule 2. This was a Schedule 1. So, but Mike Johnson will never allow this. What if Trump wants to make weed the only legal drug on the planet and has the United States corner the market?
Well, if it was legal, it would certainly. I mean, right now, the biggest thing the government does for black market weed is support the prices.
Yeah, and tax the hell out of it. Make it
well,
so.
No, I mean by making it illegal,
yes.
It's price supports because the harder it is to get, the more that the black market dealers can charge for it.
Yeah. Plus, in some states, they've taxed it to the point where people have gone back to their old dealers because they're like, we can't afford. Yeah. Right? Something that, a dime bag is costing you this much over here, for the same money, I can get a whole hefty bag.
I was paying $120 before, now I'm paying $250.
Yeah, but it's legal. And, they don't stop you and ask you what wacky tobacco you have there. So good for him. Good for him.
I think it's right now, the gummies, the seltzers, things like that is approaching a $2 billion a year industry.
That's massive.
That's strong.
Yeah. Strong. Very strong. And they're doing everything they can to take it all away here. So, I mean, somebody said, is it Schedule 6 in Tennessee? No, it'd be a Schedule quadruple 6 times 5 times, because they don't want it. There's people that come in and they're just, we've had them. Oh, drugs are bad. It's I don't know if you're aware of this, Ken. This is a gateway drug. I was reading the Bible. Really? Show me the Bible where it talks about how weed gets you so high you can't do anything. Is that right after he turned it into wine?
I didn't believe they could be productive citizens if we legalized pot.
What?
But somehow or another, we're still productive with having alcohol.
Yeah. And ask anybody, by the way, ask any doctor in the world, what's the hardest drug to get off of or what's the hardest thing to get off? They'll tell you alcohol will kill more people when they try to go cold, when they're really like hard drinkers, just about anything. But that's legal. And I've said for years, this will become legal when they get enough power through lobby. This will become legal. And that's what they have. They've got that now. And now the big people can come on in, man.
Yeah, we got to remember, though, freedom's okay, but it's got to be in the quantity and the type that I'm all right with.
I stand corrected.
Whoops.
It's $4.11 billion.
Damn.
It was the seltzers alone that are like a $2 billion.
That's
industry.
crazy. And they're just getting started.
Yes.
They're having to fight everywhere, like places like Tennessee where everybody's terrified. I don't know what you're terrified of. I mean, honestly, I would rather be in a room full of people that are high than people who are drunk.
Absolutely.
100%. First of all,
100%.
First of all, at some point in time, I know I'm getting fed. Okay? We all know that. And the second thing, and this is most important, when you're in a room full of drunks, at some point in time, somebody's fighting somebody.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to kick somebody's ass.
Yes.
Because they are annoying.
If you're in a room full of stoners, they're making a schedule for later after they sober up to fight.
Yeah, that's right. And then they'll forget. And that's after we get pizza, Taco Bell. Oh, it's
milkshakes.
Great. Yeah, but it's not going to be timely. So you got to go there kind of full because it's not coming in 5 minutes. It's going to take a while. Because first we got to see, yeah. So there we go. So good for him. I'm glad.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like what happened I wonder what changed Governor Greg Abbott's mind down there in Texas to veto that bill.
The veterans.
It was the veterans.
They came hard. They came so hard for him. They're saying, look, we fought for you. We're injured for you. We're suffering. And it was also some patients' rights group going, this is the only thing I can take. Some 7-year-old woman who's going through cancer treatment and she's taking gummies so she can have some appetite. And you want to go and do this. But the veterans were the biggest thing. That was it. I mean,
he said, okay.
Yeah. Because I think he knows it's stupid. Dan Patrick is one of those guys, if he could, he'd burn all the books. Harry Potter, that's Satan.
Oh, yeah, the attorney general down there?
Oh, God. No, the lieutenant governor.
Oh, lieutenant governor.
Yeah, the other guy would burn him, too. They all would if they'd given a chance. Oh, man. Some of you guys out there talking about your weed. I love the guy that just sent me all the stuff about the prices. One time... I was paying for, listen to this. This is great. Back when I first started partaking, Mexican was 15 an ounce, Colombian was 30 an ounce, and Acapulco Gold was 45 and more.
It was free for me because I had a cousin who grew it like trees.
Oh, goodness. I just let people live their lives. It's sort of always been like the conservatives who want everybody to live their lives fine and dandy, yet you want to be in everybody's business if you think it morally offends you.
If you're not hurting somebody else and it's all based in consent, shut your face.
Yes, 100%. Shut your face. One guy, 5937, I have a food truck and do music festivals. I have so much food at events with lots of pot compared to events with just alcohol. And the customers are nicer.
He probably needs a secondary trailer to bring the extra food he's going to sell.
Yeah. Tom says, I can vouch for alcohol being worse. Kick drugs, cold turkey, no issues. Awesome. Alcohol took another 5 years and 2 tries. And I was watching, remember Dr. Drew? Loveline, all that stuff. But yeah. So Dr. Drew said more people will die, not from alcohol poisoning, but just trying to kick it, going cold turkey. They will have heart attacks and die than people who are trying to just go cold turkey on drugs. It takes so much longer to get over it.
So many people that are against it are just they're not even sure why they're against it. It's just morally wrong to them.
Yeah, it does. It's all everything.
That's why it just drives me nuts. Conservatives that are so pro-freedom are suddenly, freedom's okay, but it has to be the type I'm all right with. If I'm not all right with it, then freedom's not so good.
Yes. It all boils down, 9925 says, to personal responsibility and consent. Then why isn't fentanyl, PCP, heroin, why is it illegal? Good question. Great question. Why is it? By the way, fentanyl is a Schedule 2. Just to remind you guys, this was worse than fentanyl up until a little while ago. Maui Wowie was $2.50 an ounce.
Some people just need government to be their daddy and mommy and daddy for them. They can't function if they don't have somebody telling them how to live.
Yeah, they need to. It's so frustrating. Just get over yourselves, for God's sakes. And when they were all in here, talking about how bad drugs were and all that, and just drugs, everything without moderation, everything's awful. But why do you get this? You couldn't even tell me. When I talked to several politicians, why was it illegal? Nobody could ever tell me why it was made a Schedule 1 drug. Nobody could ever tell anybody because they didn't know. And the reason was it was Hearst. It was paper versus hemp. Somebody's a big logger. They don't want hemp to be the get-all in that situation. All right, coming up, and some fun stuff still. Christmas cookies. We know what the favorite cookie is, and I got to be honest with you, that's a no for me. Talk about that straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. I think it was Sandra said she texted in. She does all the time. God bless you. She said, how bad it smells. I understand the bad smelling stuff, but they are working on stuff now that is going to make stuff smell better.
Well, and you can drink it.
Yes.
Now, and you
Gummies.
can just take a gummy.
Yeah.
You don't have to smoke it.
You know what else smells bad? Vomit! Because you couldn't hold your liquor.
That stinks pretty bad, too.
I'll go through a smell of somebody smoking some Wakenin' bacon rather than me having to pick up your chunks as you puked all over somebody's house.
She's also talking about her rental property in the context of that statement. And if she doesn't want people smoking cigarettes or pot in her rental property, that's her right as the owner of the property.
100%. Yeah. I mean, that's your right.
Put it in the contract. No cigarette smoking, no marijuana.
Yeah, and if somebody does it, call the law, as they say.
I will tell you this. If I had a rental property, and I don't, we could, but we don't. No fish. You can't cook fish in the house. It's gross. It's disgusting. You can't get rid of the smell. It's awful. It's awful. Awful. It's not even close. It's like, it's just the worst. I mean, you just go in and everybody knows it. And everybody's looking at you. It's like, why? Bob over there decided to have some fish. Oh, tilapia. Nice. Tilapia, boys. Tilapia. The great cookie debate. There's a great cookie debate because now they're coming out with all the stuff, what's the favorite cookie in America for the Christmas time? What's your favorite Christmas cookie?
My favorite Christmas cookie?
Mm-hmm.
One with a lot of icing on it.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of it.
Yesterday, Matt and Erica, she packed little bags for all the families and everything here, which is great. There was one of those little Christmas cakes, those little Debbies you could buy. I got it home. My daughter goes, what's that? And she took it, and it was gone. I sent a picture to Matt going, she was just devouring it. I was like, that's nice. You know what they're saying, America? Gingerbread.
I do like gingerbread cookies with lots of icing.
But this is only for the holiday. Like, this is just I like a sugar cookie with lots of icing.
I like a sugar cookie with lots of icing.
I do.
I don't like icing on my chocolate chip cookies, though.
No, God, no. That's silly. That's like putting raisins in them. That's just a silly thing. But the gingerbread dominates the nation. Almost 75% of the states say gingerbread is the number one. I also like those Danish cookies, right? The ones you get in the tins. Those things are amazing.
Oh, yes, sir.
And they're also evil.
Yeah, they're evil.
Yeah.
They're good.
So good.
Oh, man. I can eat an entire tin of them.
Oh, so wrong, I know. You Danish people. Well, you guys know what you're doing over there, right?
I mean, I can eat an entire tin of Danish cookies before I go heat up my fish in the microwave.
Oh, don't do that, fish. Even my cat's like, oh, that's gross. What are you doing, fish? Because my eldest, she likes fish. So I don't. So, because if you guys know, I have my studio, which is, we rented another apartment a few doors down where it's a studio apartment. We've turned it into like a podcast studio where I do my national show. And I'll come back walking. And when Finn is in town, I can always tell, like about 20 yards away, I'm like, oh. Right. Fish is. You could just tell. I'm like, I'm living over here for the next 3 days. Then you got to throw the microwave away, too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, it does. A microwave, it does not recover from that, man. You can use the strongest, type of disinfectant or cleaner there is, and it will not remove it. It's just there.
No, it's there. Yeah, and same thing, too, with the barbecue sometimes. Like, cook your food first before you put that on. Otherwise, what's the burger taste like? It tastes like gross tilapia.
Put a bloody patty in the microwave.
So gross. Oh, good God. So the number one cookie in America is the shortbread, gingerbread. I've never been a gingerbread fan. No, Belle either. But I just, good. I like the soft, Jason said it, man. That soft sugar cookie with some icing on it. Ooh, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, coming up, we'll talk a little bit about, we got a lot of stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the trans surgery, the gender stuff, what the government's thinking about doing, more on the weed. Also, that Coldplay, remember the whole Coldplay thing with the meme? The lady?
Yeah.
She's speaking out finally.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, talk about somebody. I'm going to take a different approach to this one and maybe defend her a little bit, even though what she did was naughty. That being said, I think the way that the world treated her, my God. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Trump gave a speech last night. Looked like he was kind of hopped up for a little while, if you've seen it. Comes out there, what's happening? Oh, my God. He did. He was talking so fast. He was like on it. What are you guys doing? You guys ready for this? The economy sucks. Biden sucks. That's what he sounded like. It's all Biden's fault. Man, I don't know what they're doing over in Venezuela. We got to get some of that. The embargo or the blockade is only for oil. Because I saw some people out there, you can't do a full blockade. You can't. You can't do a full blockade on the country because that is actually an act of war. And he would have to go to Congress and Mike Johnson sending everybody home because they may have to make a decision about something that would make him feel uncomfortable. So that's not going to happen. So I wouldn't, I know a lot of people, yes, I don't know what, Tucker said, he's going to go out tonight and talk about, war with Venezuela. And I'm like, he's not. He's not going to go out and talk about war. That's a tough pitch to America. That's a tough pitch to America.
That would be a tough pitch to MAGA because you've spent how many years now building your brand on being the guy who ends wars?
Yeah, big time. Big time. And remember, there's two versions of MAGA. There is some of you who are baby boomers, right? Trump can do anything they want. And you're going to say absolutely. And you've got a younger generation that was really, really behind Trump, but Epstein was a big deal. No wars was a big deal. And they have really fractured. And they've moved away from him in a big way. They got very disillusioned with Trump. So thank God, though, I don't think we're going to be going into to Venezuela. Wait, if the army starts to show up, then you can get a little bit nervous. We're not going in with only 15,000, 20,000 men. We're not showing up without the army. We're not. That's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Ken, I don't know if you saw this, but there's some new plaques at the White House.
First, it was paving over the Rose Garden. Then it was demolishing the East Wing to make room for that ballroom. Now the president making additional changes to the colonnade. He has now unveiled what he is calling the Presidential Walk of Fame. This includes portraits of every single president. He has now added plaques with descriptions underneath. He's using it as an opportunity to take a swipe at his predecessors, calling former President Joe Biden sleepy and crooked, calling former President Barack Obama one of the most divisive figures in political history. I will tell you, we saw this yesterday. Many of these read like the president's social media posts, and that is because the White House press secretary says the president wrote many of these
himself. So if you go in there, there's like a plaque, like plaques of all the presidents.
Yeah.
And they're just like, Trump's all, this guy sucked. He's the worst. Right? And then my favorite one, though, is he talks about Reagan was a good guy. Reagan was a fan of Trump, and I was a fan of Reagan.
What did Woodrow Wilson say? Do we know?
No, probably. I don't even know who this guy is.
So is it every president?
Yeah, I think so. Every president. Lincoln. Many people think Lincoln and I are like. That's why we like him. He's also a tall guy.
He was tall too.
Do you have nothing else to do? Honest to God, what are you doing? Why would you do that? There's no reason for it. That is for you. That is. You put a plaque up of your predecessors, and all you did was talk about crap. Well, I'm owning the libs. What? With a plaque that nobody could see? Sleepy Joe, the worst president in history.
Yeah, I don't know if those are going to stay up after the next election.
Oh. So check this out. Breaking news. The police are looking into potential ties between the Brown University shooting and the killing of the MIT professor that was found shot in his apartment.
I wondered about that.
It was about 60 miles from each other.
Yeah.
And that MIT professor, he did plasma fusion. And he wasn't just a professor, he ran the department. And again, the whole thing with Brown, talk about awful policing. Like Barney Fife would say, you guys are doing it all wrong. It's just, we should ask Cash Patel, get him on the line, find out where he's at. Dan Bongino, what are you doing? Hey, do you think he's coming back? I heard he's going to the Blaze. Because now that he's left.
I think they said he was going to go Blaze.
He probably was. If you guys wanted a little inside scoop. Did I tell you yesterday early, Ken, that I told you my friend had told me what happened with him, that he cleaned out his office?
Yeah.
A few hours later, he's gone. I said, I told you guys. His wife basically said, you leave or else. We're done here.
That's a line in the sand.
Mm-hmm. When wifey says that there's enough, he was also very disillusioned with his boss. I wonder why. I wonder why, man. I'll tell you that right now. That's crazy. I cannot believe that Trump has plaques up talking smack about the last presidents.
I can believe it.
It is, but it's so petty. At what time do you just go, dude, come on. When are we going to act like an adult? This is not an adult-like thing.
I wonder what all that cost.
I don't know. I don't know. What my question?
Tariffs are paying for it.
Yeah, tariffs. They're paying for everything. $18 trillion in tariffs. Google. We've brought in a Google. It's the greatest.
That's half the national debt.
Yeah, not $18 trillion.
Or
Don't listen to that number. It's like when he says, I've lowered drug prices by 600% or whatever, 400%. So they're paying us to take drugs now? Is that what they're doing? Because if something costs $100 and you lower it by half, what is that?
50.
And if you lower it by 100, that's what?
100%.
So if we lower it by another 400%, you're going to pay us $400 to take your drugs. It's not a good business model. That's what I told him. Did you see the plaques? He said stuff about George Bush. He got us into wars. It's just so... It is just so... You're like, what is this?
What'd you say about Bill? What does it say?
Probably. Epstein Island. I'm sure it says something about Epstein Island. He went to Epstein Island 473 times. Also, sullied the office with all the sex he had in there with that larger girl. That's something he would say.
Larger girl.
She was a bit hefty. That's all I'm trying to tell you guys. But again, who's that for? It's for you.
Monica Lewinsky was not unattractive.
She was not. She was not unattractive.
I think she got a raw deal, man.
She did. She did get a raw deal.
They demonized her.
Yeah. See, the right used her as a way to go after Clinton and didn't care about her. The left then went after her because of Clinton.
She was basically a kid.
And that's all she was.
Enamored by the power.
Yeah. Oh, who is it? Was it? Power's the greatest aphrodisiac. Was that Kissinger? Remember that?
Sure, it wasn't Lennon.
No, that's what.
Sounds like Palpatine.
Oh, Palpatine. That guy would get it with his. So and I was reading about the Coldplay lady. She's got a huge article.
Yeah. What about that?
She said, look, I took responsibility for what I did. I filed for divorce, and there was a lot that went behind that. But what happened to her afterwards, being essentially canned, right? Like that was and nobody will, she goes, I couldn't go anywhere without people yelling at me, saying horrific things. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't get a job. People wouldn't even talk to me.
Because everybody's so much more righteous.
Of course they are. Of course they are. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Everybody's righteous. That's what they are. They're righteous.
God forbid if she had smoked pot, too.
Oh.
Well, maybe she did. That just didn't show up on the big screen.
Yeah.
I want to understand Coldplay has a great light show.
So she said that she was invited out. Her and her husband are already having some trouble, but she was invited out. She wanted to go dance. He didn't. I guess the husband didn't. And she goes, I had a crush on my CEO. We were drinking. We were hanging out in the back, and nothing was going on. And then we kind of canoodled, and it was like a whole bunch of people in there. It was like almost a party. It was like one of the suites. And she goes, we moved up, and she goes, we didn't even see them or even say that they were going to do the kiss cam or whatever it was. But yeah, they destroyed her too. They did. It's just, we live in a time now, like you said, everybody's so righteous. Everybody's so righteous. I'm not. Let me tell you something. I suck. I'll tell you that right now. Not.
Oh, please. You don't even drink.
Well, I'm not throwing any kind of stones at anybody. You do you, but I don't think we should blow people's lives up over stuff.
Never.
Look, she said, I made a mistake. It was stupid. Okay. People make mistakes. You guys are adults, right? You weren't sacrificing children. You were well-to-do people, and you guys liked each other. Okay. It sucks for your husband. I think he was separated from his wife, and we all move on. But to make it so you're going to have to move to some small, tiny town somewhere where nobody has the internet. That's not cool. It's not cool, baby. That's what I'm saying. Coming up, I came across this. I found this. So toys from the past adjusted for inflation. Some of our favorite toys from the past. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. The one toy from, I think it was 1985, adjusted for inflation. I didn't realize how expensive this toy was.
You got Big Wheels on that list?
No Big Wheels.
I want to know what a Big Wheel is.
I'll find out what a Big Wheel is. When was the height of your big wheel riding? Was it 73, 74?
Dude, I was 6 in 73, so probably 75, 78, 76.
Mine would have been 75, 76.
Okay, so we're going to find out. Adjusted for inflation, toys versus today. We'll do that straight ahead, among other things. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7. Hey, Santa, what you got for us? Let's go to the Wayback Machine in a commercial from the 1950s.
Oh, cartons of camels are sure to please. Besides, they look so handsome under Christmas trees. So easy to give, so good to get. Give Camels, the nation's favorite cigarette. Ho, ho, ho. It's gift-packed, ready to give, with a space for your greeting.
Hey,
Cigarettes.
yeah, and it's got Santa holding the cigarettes.
Awesome.
Santa wearing a stethoscope at the same time.
Just in time. And for your stocking stuffers, children.
Are we sure that wasn't one of those left-handed cigarettes?
Oh, look at you there. Mm-hmm. I found out, by the way, the Big Wheel adjusted for inflation.
Yes, sir.
So back in the day, $16 to $20, right, is what it was going to cost, depending. Right now, $100 to $120.
Wow.
Yeah.
For a big wheel?
For a Big Wheel, adjusted for inflation.
Wow.
Adjusted for inflation.
Because what did they cost back in that time period? Was it like 25?
16 to $20, depending. And remember, then they added the break, and then it cost a little bit more for the break.
Man.
So.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, the brakes you could spin out.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
awesome.
that was fun.
Remember the green machine?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, too. Green machine. What's up, man? I got my green machine. You want to race? Let's do it.
No helmets.
Rubik's Cube, $1.99 in 1980. Currently $7.49. Cabbage Patch, $21, 83, 67.33 now. This is the one that surprised me. 1985, Teddy Ruxpin, $70. Current, adjusted for inflation, $207.
Wow.
Man, that is crazy. Hatchimals, $50. Currently $67, because those were in the 80s. Guitar Hero was $90 in 2007, $139 now. Tamagotchis. Remember those? Those little like
they were trolls with the hair?
No, they were the little like electronic thing that you tried to keep alive. It was like an animal that you put on your keychain or carry around.
Do not remember those.
Yeah. Beanie Babies, $5.95, 11 now. So adjusted for inflation. But Teddy, I could not believe if Teddy was to debut on today's market. And this is not counting if, $21 for a Cabbage Patch. Yeah, that's fine in February. But for Christmas? Man, remember everybody run the store to get the Cabbage Patch dolls?
Yeah.
They're beating the hell out of each other.
Everybody had big hair.
Yep, mom's fighting over stuff.
Yeah.
JCPenney's. Ah! Those were the days. Good old times. Good old times. God bless you all.
You had to get to Sears early so you could get a hammer out of the home department to beat over the head with somebody in the toy department.
Yeah, that's where you got to go there first, right? So you can just.
Yeah.
We did that at Otasco.
What was Otasco? Was that your?
It was a store in Oklahoma.
What would that be compared to in today?
It was like a Walmart.
Okay.
Just had a little bit of everything.
Are they still there?
No.
Or did they sell out?
I think they sold out.
Okay. We had TG and Y.
We had TG and Y's.
And then we had Woolworth, obviously.
In fact, I think at one point it was TG&Y Otasco.
Oh, really?
At one point. But I've got to look that up.
That's crazy. Otasco. I'd never heard of Otasco. That's something new.
Had a big old green sign.
Oh. Woolworth. You know where Woolworth is big? Is down under. That's a huge store. Woolworths.
Really?
Yep, Woolworths in New Zealand and Australia. Massive. That's like their version of, I guess it would be Kohl's or something like that. Very interesting. All right, coming up, hour number 3 of the program. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.